Start recording. And woo, we're officially started. All right, hi guys, welcome to Web Development at Berkeley. This is our DeCal info session. Thank you all for coming out on this lovely Monday evening to check out and learn more about our DeCal that we'll be hosting this semester. Yeah, without further ado, this is our first info session. It will be recorded and we will post the link afterwards. Please note we have two info sessions, one today from 7 to 8 p.m. And one on Wednesday for the DeCal, 7 to 8 p.m. Both info sessions will contain the same content, so you only need to come to one and or watch the recording. So yeah. Also, please note at the end, we will be sending out an attendance form just to get your feedback on the info session. And also apps for our DeCal are due January 30th. Yeah. All right, so you might be wondering, oh, cool, there's this full stack development DeCal, and then there's this club called Web Development Berkeley. And you must be wondering, like, what is this club at Berkeley called Web Development at Berkeley? So yeah, just real quick introduction. Hi, I'm Alina. I'm one of the co-presidents at Web Dev at Berkeley. Anjan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Anjan. I'm the other co-president at Web Dev at Berkeley. I'm a sophomore studying CS.
And Jadon, I'm a senior studying CS, and we will be your lovely host, just introducing our club and talking a little bit about what we actually do. Yeah, so who are we?
So Web Dev at Berkeley is UC Berkeley's premier web design and development organization. We're a group of students who are focused on building the web dev and design community here on campus. And to do that, we have three different initiatives. The first is our full stack DeCal, which this presentation is going to be all about. So I'll leave that for our course staff and our facilitators to talk about later. But apart from that, we also run two separate initiatives. One is our product bootcamp. It's a tight-knit 12-person program for front-end and back-end developers and designers. And it's pretty much designed for people with an entrepreneurial spirit who want to, learn about building products and want the chance to work with a team on a real client project. So our goal there is to transform designers and developers into industry-ready creators who have experience to architect and build high quality and scalable web apps. And our other branch is our industry branch, where you'll be able to work with a team of developers to bring a client website to reality. It's designed for people who have got a deep understanding and passion for web frameworks and technologies already, and you'll be able to work in a agile sprint cycle, take ownership over your own features, and pick up new skills along the way. So in case you're interested in learning more about our club, that's a little spiel.
But yeah, above all else, as a club, we have three pillars in our club: transparency and clarity, inclusion and acceptance, energy and excitement. Just a quick explanation. So for the transparency and clarity value, ultimately we are open as a club, as in we don't try to hide the inner workings or the upper echelon of our club. All meetings, for instance, are open to everyone. We want everyone to understand and know how the club runs and how things work. And yeah, just as a token of our appreciation to our members who put in a lot of work. And then for the energy and excitement value, we really value passion. We are a community that wants to be a community. We're a family that wants to be a family. So for anyone who does join our little corner of campus, we hope that they bring their passion for web development and ultimately their passion to learn. And last but not least, and the pillar that holds us all together, the inclusion and acceptance pillar, ultimately, we believe in being good people before being good workers. So what that means is being open and inclusive and accepting of everyone, being understanding of everyone's backgrounds, maybe even their tech stack, their skills, their web development skills, in the sense that we're here to grow together and we're here to learn together. Yeah, and as your hosts, yeah, that's just a little bit about our club. And yeah, on to the DeCal, which is what y'all are here for. Kaylin, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out on this wonderful Monday evening. My name's Kaylin. I am the current VP of Education, so I'm in charge of running the DeCal for this semester. I'm also a sophomore. Can you, next slide, please? Also, can you make sure you guys are muted too? Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm not alone in running this. Along with myself, there's a wonderful staff of TAs. We have Samarth, Alex, Drew, Isabel, Vicky, Joshua, and next slide. And Rachel, Neil, Nithya, and Kimberly. So we'll all be working on the DeCal this semester, throughout the semester. If you guys are in the DeCal, you'll get to know us well, and we'll be working with you guys, doing office hours, and providing support throughout your guys' whole journey. Next slide. And then Alex, if you want to introduce what exactly we're teaching.
Oh yeah, for sure. So let's now take a deeper dive into our DeCal. And so our DeCal offers 3 stacks. As you can see, there are basic stack, front-end track, and also back-end track. And basic stack is where you got to learn all the fundamentals of web development. For instance, we'll be teaching you all HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, also how the internet actually works. And then you can learn both about front-end and also about back-end. So in the front-end track, you will be dive deeper into the world of front-end development by learning React or JS, and also UI UX design principles. And then moving on to the back-end track, you'll be learning about back-end frameworks, databases, and cloud technologies that help you build a robust back-end and thus a robust website. Next slide, please. So how's it going so far? We have gone through, there are right now 120 students already gone through our curriculum. And it's our first semester. We have been an internal program in our club for 2 semesters. And this is our 2nd semester as a DeCal. And so far we have seen 19 final projects built by our students, and all of them have been pretty wonderful. And since our club also focus on giving back to the community, we have held over 20 workshops in total. And next slide, please. So why take the full stack development DeCal? Probably the most important reason is that you can become a full stack engineer in just 1 semester. And we don't really assume you have any coding knowledge before, which means we will teach you everything from the ground up. And all our core staff is very experienced. They have worked on some real life engineering project. And so essentially they can transfer all their wonderful knowledge to you all. And there's also a project showcase at the end of the semester to show off what you have learned throughout the semester. And also our club, also our DeCal serve as a recruiting pipeline to the club, which means that if you perform well in our DeCal, you will be reached out by our club for any branches. Next slide, please. So again, this is our course layout. We have basic stack, front-end track, and then back-end track. Let's now take a deeper look at the basic stack in the next slide, please. And so first of all, the basic stack, what is this? We'll be teaching you all HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And for those of you who don't know, you can think of all the basic web development knowledge kind of like as a house. So think of website as a house. And the HTML will be the skeleton of the website. So essentially it will be kind of like the roof, the door, the walls of the house. And then CSS is what makes the website pretty. Essentially, it will be all the furniture, the decorations inside the house. And then JavaScript is what will make the website smart. Essentially, it will make the website responsive, responsible to all the users' clicks and so on. And now let's take a look at the front-end track. So for the front-end track, we'll be teaching you how to use React. React is a front-end framework that allows you to build some front-end components and reuse some front-end components much easier. We'll also be teaching you some UX and UI principles. Also, we'll be introducing Sass and Figma. Next slide, please. And also, we have the backend track. And just like Kaylin clarified in the chat, everyone will be taking both tracks. This is what makes the DeCal a full stack curriculum. And inside the backend track, we'll be teaching the REST standard, how REST API works, and then we'll be moving on to Node and Express. And finally, we'll be teaching you MongoDB, which is a database. And then we'll also be teaching you how to deploy everything on AWS. Next slide, please. Yeah, I'll return back to Kalen and let him introduce course structure.
Yeah, so we structured this course in a way that hopefully enables you guys to be successful. I mean, as Alex has talked about, there's a lot of content covered throughout the semester, and it will feel like a 3-unit course. You will learn a lot. We go through the content relatively fast, so you have to make sure that you're on top of your coursework. So each week, there's 2 mandatory lectures from 6:30 to 8 p.m. You have to attend these. These are synchronous. And when in-person is available, when UC Berkeley guidelines permit that, they will be in person. And attendance is probably one of the biggest parts of your final grade. So make sure you can make those times consistently, and that is extremely important. It's also a 3-unit decal, yeah. So we cover like a lot of material. Expect to spend probably 6 to 10 hours on this class per week, depending on your programming background. If you come with like more experience, like maybe taking 6-1A or 6-1B, there'll probably be less than that. But if you're completely new, don't worry about it. We make sure that we cover the fundamentals of CS as well, but it will take a bit of additional time. There's also a lot that we cover. So we have lesson plans for almost every single lecture. And when there's not a lesson plan, then we're working on a project. There's 3 projects that you'll build throughout the semester, as well as 6+ assignments and homeworks and a couple of labs. You can view the curriculum on fullstackdecal.com. So if you want to perhaps take a look at it in advance, you can do that. And I just want to emphasize this as much as I can. This is a 3-unit decal. It will feel like 3 units. So just make sure that like if you are planning on applying, that you make sure that you have that time available to commit to this class. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah. So the recruiting timeline. Applications are open right now. There's a Google form on our Facebook, or can someone send it in chat as well, that you can apply with. This is the first Infosession. We have one more on the 26th. There's actually an intro to web development workshop that we're running on the 28th. So if you're able to attend that, that should be a nice little taste of what the decal might feel like. And then the decal application will be due on the 30th. If you guys are not like the recruiting Discord, I highly recommend that you join that. That's a great way to ask questions asynchronously. A major question that I've received is, what can I do to increase my chance of getting into this decal? And the number one thing that we look for is motivation and like a love of learning. There's a lot covered in this course, but if you really dig in and you really like take the time to appreciate it and make sure you're actually learning the material, you will get a lot out of it. And we want people in this decal who have a love of web development as much as we do. So just make sure like you be your authentic self and have that shine through in your application, and you'll be fine. Next slide. Yeah, that's what I just said. Oh yeah, and we also look for students from diverse backgrounds. We aim to create a classroom environment that's really welcoming and contains multiple viewpoints. So that's really important to us as a club as well. So looking for people who might not be from traditional CS backgrounds. If you want a CS major, like definitely apply. We want you, and we want you to be learning web dev with us. Next slide. So yeah, final remarks. So thank you so much for stopping by to this info session. We're gonna go into breakout rooms, and there's gonna be core staff in each breakout room, so you can ask as many questions as you want of us. There's an attendance form is on the slide. Scan that QR code or hop on that tiny URL. Make sure you fill that out. And then if you'd like to learn more about our club, then that bottom Linktree link will contain more information on the club itself. I can field fully questions. Are students from other schools participating in Berkeley Global Access allowed to apply? Yes, you are allowed to apply. I'm not 100% sure on how your guys' process works for actually attending the class, but we'll make that happen.
Okay. On a really quick note, on top of the recruiting resources that we've mentioned already, we also have tabling sessions this week. They will be 5 to 7 p.m. on our Discord. So do make sure to join. Basically what it is like we're gonna have WDVers like sitting on Discord, and you can just pop in. It's like office hours. You can ask whatever question you want to. But if you want to talk to someone one-on-one, just you and like a specific WDVer, we have what's called coffee chats. Can someone drop the link? Yeah, but coffee chats are going on right now. We still have a lot of slots open. Yeah, those will also be held on Discord, and you can just sign up for a slot and you'll get paired with somebody in the club. But yeah, we ended a bit early, so now we're gonna go into some Q&As. We're gonna open breakout rooms. Core staff, if you would like to, I'm opening 6 breakout rooms, and I believe there's 6 core staffs here. Yeah, if you want to just hop in a room, and the rooms like for like attendees, like y'all can just bounce around and like go ask different core staff for like specific DeCal related questions.
Yeah, and all of our TAs, they have like their name. Oh, next to their name, they have WDB dash, like whichever TA they might be, like backend, front end design. So you can use that if you, in case you have questions about a specific track.
Yeah.
And yes, as Samarth mentioned, make sure you fill out that attendance form.
Okay. Yeah, everybody.
Alina, I don't think the breakout rooms are open yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Uh-oh. Wait, what? Okay, let me retry. They exist. Are they open now?
No.
What? Jesus. Okay.
I mean, for now, we just take questions in the chat while we're waiting for the breakout rooms to open.
Yeah.
Have anything?
Feel free to speak up too.
Yeah, let's speak.
Yeah, Shreya, do you have a question?
Yeah, sorry, I raised my hand just like in case anyone else was about to speak, but I was wondering specifically about like deciding whether to apply to the decal or to apply to the club itself. Let's say we do have a lot of software engineering experience like that they list that like you should have, but it's not specifically in web development. Would you suggest applying directly to the club or applying to the decal?
Yeah, I can actually talk about this. So what we typically tell applicants when deciding between a decal and the club is that if you are applying as a developer, we do have a technical bar. The decal is a direct recruitment pipeline into our club. So typically we expect people to have the skills necessary to succeed in the decal before they join the club. In terms of what we expect specifically in terms of skills is you need to be proficient either like more advanced front or backend stack. So what that means is if you choose to do the front end project or a technical project for the club, then you need to know at least React, Vue, or Angular, one of those 3 popular front end frameworks. And for backend, you need to know the basics of like databases, APIs, etc. What that'll specifically look like is if you choose to do the front end track for the technical project we give you when you apply to the club, if you are given an interview, is that we expect you to basically be able to know how to use state management and stuff in your chosen front end framework. And if for backend, be able to know how to create and process an API. Those are the 2 main things we tell applicants. Yeah. So if those 2 things or one of those things sounds comfortable for you to do, you've done that before, I recommend applying to the club. Otherwise, I recommend applying to the decal.
Thank you.
Yeah, and everyone, you should now have access to breakout rooms, I think. So yeah, go ahead and feel free to hop into any of the ones that have a TA, and you can ask them any questions you guys might have. Thanks for coming.
Anjan and I will be in the main room, so if you have any like club logistics questions, we can answer that here.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you have a question, just feel free to speak up.
You can also drop them in the chat if anyone has questions.
Is Drew still here? Where did he leave? Oh, he left. How many students? Okay, we have one question in the chat. How many students are you looking to include this semester? If I remember correctly, last semester we had 30 students. Is that right?
I think it was around like 30 to 40 after. I mean, like the number. I think a couple people might have dropped out after, but yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be right around that number. We're definitely looking to recruit more. I think possibly like at most 50, I want to say. Because we do have a larger core staff this semester. But yeah, I'm not sure if we finalized that number yet.
Yeah. I think the number is a little higher than 50, but yeah, like I said, we definitely have more slots open for this semester compared to last time. So we're trying to hopefully number of like course enrollment codes we have won't be a limiting factor.
Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. I've been looking into the Cubstart decal from CalHacks. I've been attempting to decide which one to apply to. Do you have any insight on how they may differ?
Yeah, I can. Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I can take that question. So yeah, there are a couple of differences here. Alina, like feel free to like chime in if I don't point them all out. Like number one, I think we've been like, I mean, I think this was mentioned in our presentation, but we've been running our education branch for this is our 4th semester, pretty much like teaching this content. Of course, we've made changes along the way, but because of that, yeah, our content is like a lot more like fleshed out, let's say. Like we have tons of projects, tons of guides, stuff that's available on our website, and also like once you join the course, you'll probably have access to more of that. But yeah, I think that's like one difference is just that in terms of course content, like because we've been around longer, we've had the chance to kind of iterate on that a lot more. I think another difference is we do have, I think, twice as many lessons per week, if I remember correctly. Like we have, yeah, because we're meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So as a result, we might be going more in depth into the different topics that we cover. And I believe we also have more seats in our decal. Just that's not really like from an applicant's perspective, that might not change much, but just wanted to put that out there. Alina, I don't know if I missed anything.
To add on, I know our curriculum, full disclosure, we haven't like siphoned or looked through like Cubstart's like curriculum intensely because we weren't aware of them until like this semester. But as far as we know, like we think they started a little later than us, and we have just been like running an iteration of, like Anjan said, our education branch a few semesters longer. So yeah, I couldn't tell you more other than like they seem pretty recent. Oh yeah, I should. Sorry. Also, I'm gonna end recording. These are cute. Okay.